everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Kenzie. If you did not know that, then now you know. And you guys, today I'm going to be giving you my full 1 year review on my Chanel Classic Flap. If this is your first time ever seeing me, then hello, I'm so happy to have you. My name is Kenzie. I make a lot of videos about luxury handbags, luxury fashion, travel, jewelry, but mostly handbags. I like those a lot, but today we do have a 1 year review. If any of that sounds fun to you, if you like the idea, then I would ask you to consider clicking the subscribe button and give this video a like and ding the little bell down there so you're notified every time I upload. And you guys, without any further ado, let's get on into the video. So yes, I have had this Chanel baby right here for over a year now. I got this like February-ish 2022 and it's now June. So I have definitely had this for over a year. So it could say 1 year, 6 months review. I could say I'm just gonna do 1 year review and just make it easier like that. But I wanted to go over a few things with you that I have noticed regarding this bag and if I think that it's still worth it, should you buy it, all the ins and outs. So let's just get started. First things first, I just want to go over the bag with you, show it to you, and tell you where I got it from and all that good stuff. So here is my handbag. This is the small Chanel Classic Flap. It is a vintage Classic Flap and it is like a 94 year vintage. I think it's either 94 or 96. I always get confused. And then here is the side. The shape is held up pretty well. And then here is the back with the Mona Lisa pocket. And then here is the other side. And then the bottom. That's what she looks like on the outside. Beautiful lambskin leather. Of course, it has the 24 karat CC turn lock because it is a vintage Chanel Classic Flap. And then it does, of course, have the beautiful braided chain handles, straps rather, just like this. And of course, I do have the gold. I have the gold hardware Chanel Classic Flap in the small size. So that is what she looks like. I currently have her full of stuffing right now just to kind of keep the shape. So I will go over some pros and cons regarding this bag since I have had it for a year. I think I did like a review on this bag a little while ago when I had it for like 6 months, 5 months, something like that. I'll have that linked in the description below, and I'll also have the unboxing of this bag linked in the description. It's kind of an older video. It's when I kind of first started doing luxury content, so it is a little bit older, so don't cringe too hard. But now going back to last year, I was absolutely enamored with this bag. I don't think I have been so obsessed with something in my entire life except for this handbag. Like, I think this handbag made me the most obsessed with something that I've ever been, if that makes any sense. I literally had dreams about this bag. I would only ever think about this bag. Like, I thought about it 24/7 all the time. And I saw one in my local boutique at the mall, and it was a caviar one, but it was beautiful. But I just obviously could not afford a caviar. I couldn't afford one straight from the boutique because they're just so expensive. And even now, the Chanel price increases are literally, I really don't get it anymore. Like, I didn't get it before, but I feel like now Chanel is just trying to be like the kid pointing the magnifying glass when it's really sunny outside towards an anthill and just watching everybody burn. It's just ridiculous at this point, but I definitely could not buy one from the boutique. So I went scouring on the pre-loved market. I did find this one on The RealReal for a pretty good price. I have had it re-authenticated, so don't worry about that. She is real. But you guys, I was losing my mind when I bought this bag. When I placed the order, oh my God, I was absolutely losing my mind. When it comes to the Chanel Classic Flap now, I have to say I'm really not as obsessed with it now as I was last year. I still love this bag. This is one of my favorite handbags in my entire collection. I do not believe that I will ever get rid of this bag or sell it. I absolutely love this bag. I'm still so happy to have this in my collection. Like, it is such a staple handbag. It is such a classic style. It's never going out of fashion. It is a very safe bet to have a Classic Flap in your collection. But the hype has totally died down for me. Like, I'm not sure if it's died down for other people or if a lot of others are still on the Chanel train, but it has really died down for me. Before, when I was getting this bag, I was actively researching all the handbags. The Chanel 19, I really wanted a Chanel 19 at some point. I wanted more Chanel classic flaps. I was actively researching these bags. I was looking on forums. I was looking on pretty much any place that I could find information about the like Chanel classic flaps, vintage ones, new ones, anything like that. I was so obsessed with researching these bags that like it's really all I did. I don't think that I would buy another Chanel classic flap unless I find it for a really good deal or just become super rich that it doesn't matter. I'm not even sure if I would buy one if I became super rich. I don't feel the need to go out and buy another classic flap. It's so weird. I can't believe that I was so incredibly obsessed with this bag and now I'm just like, I think it's just the fact of Chanel's price increases. Maybe the hype has died down for me just because like I've had this bag now for a while. If I didn't have this bag, I would probably still want it. But since I've had this bag for a year now, and yeah, the hype has just kind of gone. Now, let's go over a couple of things that I have noticed when it comes to this bag. She's very small. And I know that it is the small Chanel classic flap, but it is very, very small on the inside. You really can't fit that many things on the inside. Like it is pretty tiny. So I don't take this out as often now as I did when I first got it. Man, when I first got it, I was wearing it every day, but I don't take this out as often anymore because I did realize how small it was. I can fit like my phone in here. I can fit my wallet, maybe some gum and like a hand cream or something like that. And that's pretty much it. You really cannot fit a lot in this bag. And then this pocket in the front right here, I haven't used it because the person that had this bag before me didn't use it. So it's not stretched out already and I don't want to stretch it out. So I really only have the big pocket in the middle to work with. But again, it's very small. That's why I don't use her as often anymore. And also, I don't use her as often anymore because I am so aware now of how much money I'm walking around with. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me before, because before I would be walking around with my Balenciaga sweater that I have sold now, but I would be walking around with my Balenciaga sweater and my Chanel classic flap in Tennessee. I would never anymore. Not even if I was in New York or something, absolutely not. But I have become so hyper aware of how much money this bag is. Not particularly this style, because again, this is vintage, but even vintage ones are expensive, but I do think they are more on the decline. I do think that you can find a decent vintage classic flap for a better price nowadays. Back when I got this, the vintage market was booming, so I got it at a pretty good price, but I think if I would have waited until like this year, I could have got it for an even lower price, but c'est la vie. I just don't take this out very often anymore. Unless I'm going to like a fancy part of town or the city, I don't take her out. I know that a lot of people would be like, oh, don't worry about it. It's your bag, live your life, you know, take it with you to the grocery store or something. But I can't take this to the grocery store. Maybe I would take it to like Publix or Target. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't think so. A good pro regarding this bag is that I have not had any wear and tear with it. It looks exactly the same now as it did when I first received it. It looks incredible still. It's in really great condition. I do take very good care of this bag, so that's probably why it's still in good condition. But I have not had any wear and tear. I haven't had any issues with the leather or anything like that. Obviously staining because it is a black bag, but I haven't had issues with tearing, ripping. It hasn't even gotten any more wrinkly than it was when I got it. Again, the quality of this bag is very, very good. And just the vintage quality is much better in my opinion than the quality now at Chanel. So this one has really, really held up. And I used to wear this bag every single day when I first got it. And I was not like super duper easy with it either. I wouldn't throw it, but I would like kind of toss it into my passenger side. My husband would have it and he would kind of, you know, of course, you know, husbands hold stuff weird like this, or like he shoves it under his armpit or something, but still no quality issues even after it's been manhandled. It's still a classic. You're never gonna have to worry about it not being a classic. I think this bag will be a classic until the end of time. So yeah, I never have any kind of issue when it comes to styling this bag. I personally think that you can style the classic flap with a more casual style or a more kind of put together fancy outfit. I think it has a lot of versatility. If I didn't live where I lived, like if I lived in New York, I would wear this a lot more often, and I would wear it with casual outfits. I think it looks great with athleisure as well, and I would wear it with, you know, more formal outfits. So that hasn't changed. I honestly don't really have too much more to say regarding this bag. I still love it now that I have it, but I will say the hype has definitely died down. If I did not have this bag, I'm not sure if I would be actively still wanting it or if I would have gotten over it. Like, I just don't know. I'm so happy that I have it regardless, and I think it's a fantastic addition to any collection. It really fits with any style as well. So if you are on the hunt for a Chanel Classic Flap, I think that you should still get one if you want one, but I probably honestly would get it pre-loved or vintage. I personally think vintage classic flaps are stunning, and I think that they are sometimes even more beautiful than the modern classic flaps, and the vintage condition, like the quality, is just better. I feel like a lot of people know that, but it really is just a better bang for your buck if you go with vintage. So I would probably recommend trying out vintage. If you don't like the flat quilting, then of course, by all means, if you have the means, go for one in the boutique. But yeah, that's really all I have to say regarding this bag. But that has been my 1 year review of my Chanel Classic Flap. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of the Chanel Classic Flaps in general. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Are you somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments. Or just leave me a comment telling me anything, because I'm nosy and I want to know that. But you guys, thank you for watching this video. I really hope that you did enjoy it. If you did, then go ahead and click up the like button for me, and then subscribe if you want to, and be sure to ding the little bell down there so you're notified every time I upload. And you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!